Well, it's a good morning, the day after the first day of the year. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. I'm going to show you a couple things that I do in the morning that might make your day a little bit easier, and then we'll get to the program. I make my coffee in a French press. I'm about to press it right now. It's been steeping in there for about 6 minutes. Pushing the grounds to the bottom. Pour it in the cup. I already have my cream in the cup. And then I have one of these thermoses, a travel mug. And I put the rest of the coffee in here. For later. And that's my morning coffee routine. And then I stir my coffee with chopsticks using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. We'll get started, but first, coffee. Oh, so perfect. Like the one guy said, you like coffee just a little bit too much. I do. I love the taste of it. And then there was the guy that was accusing me of being Mr. Captain Obvious there about saying something, well, it's nothing but a dopamine hit. I don't care. Do you care if stuff is a dopamine hit or a serotonin hit? I don't know. I don't care. You shouldn't drink coffee because it's this or that. That's the beauty of being a liberty-loving person. No one tells you what to do. No one tells me what to do. We respect each other. We don't hurt each other. That's the name of the game. That's a beautiful thing. I do a show about a ribeye steak. Every cult, vegan-ish person comes out of the closet. I hope you die of a heart attack. Oh, really? I thought you were supposed to be compassionate, tolerant, and loving. And just gentle. Leave the campsite better than you found it type of person. Hug a tree. Crazy, right? Let's get started. I'm psyched. I have so much to do today. After this gets uploaded, then the Jack Murphy interview will get uploaded. You'll really like that. And then I just start my week. Simple as that. I will be on TV tomorrow. I'm going to be putting a link to it after I'm on the show and after it airs. I can't contractually say anything about it now, but after it airs, then I will let you have the link. A man was walking around a city during the daylight, holding a lantern, acting like he's looking for something. When asked what he was looking for, he said, a reporter who isn't an activist. In honey badger narrator voice, a chordate is an animal belonging to the phylum Chordata. Chordates are deuterostomes, as during the embryo development stage, the anus forms before the mouth. That explains it. Some people are just born assholes. from the blog, I wrote an essay called "Are We Really Diametrically Opposed?" And this was in 2007, 2008. And I said, I have written privately for years. My hard drive is jam-packed full of platitudes, ponderances, and indulgences. Blogging has allowed me to come out of the closet, so to speak. I guess I can say that about video as well. As I market and publicize my blog to friends and foes, it's very fascinating what I get in response. One beloved friend of mine said, who I respect, says, good luck blogging, but I'm personally rooting for so-and-so as a president. He mentioned President Obama. I don't want anyone telling me what I'm allowed to do with my own body, and I certainly don't want a hockey mom and another old white guy running the country. How terrifying. Terrifying? Okay. It makes me sad at how easily swayed the American populace is, how quickly they forget that they've been badly beaten and abused with a handful of candy. I simply can't forget, especially not that easily when I work my butt off to watch our glorious government take almost half of our money to give to their friends, and I respect your opinions, so let me know if I get too serious. What I get out of the responses from people is that they're charged up, and nothing has changed since 2007, 2008. I don't believe we can change anyone's minds. For instance, political lawn signs. Did anyone ever just see a massive amount of lawn signs for a political candidate and said, oh, okay, I'll vote for that person? What it does, it basically just signals who you are voting for. It doesn't really, I don't believe, like when you go to an intersection and you just see nothing but these signs stuck in the ground, do they really sway opinion? Some people say yes. I've had some people say, well, there's studies done. Studies. Okay. That's just a pseudo-intellectual way of defending your argument. When you say, well, there's studies have done. Give me some data on that. Hardcore data. Signs don't change anyone's mind. You are not going to change anyone's mind with an argument. It's done over a period of time with reasoning together. Political ideology is a matter of the heart. It is not the result of a systematic polemic and stating cases, which we've even strayed far from that. Now we're just calling each other names and threatening violence and putting on masks and being stupid. My friends send me things to read. I send them things to read. I don't think it does anything except open up dialogue in areas that we never had or make each other mad as hell. People forwarding whenever I see FW, forward, people forwarding things to me, that just is my trigger to delete it. That's all. And it depends on the source too. Very rarely do I read things that people forward to me. I just don't have the time. You make each other mad. I'm not willing to burn bridges, but I'm finding, and as a more conservative, liberty-loving person, I'm not willing to burn bridges. And that's why blogging and doing videos is so much fun. People tune into you who like what you have to say, not because they hate you. Most of the time, if someone hates you, it's because you've given them a good reason to hate you. Many times, people say that haters are nothing but just misguided followers and lovers of you. Don't pet a cat in the wrong direction. I don't want to beat anyone, nor do I want to get beaten. We both look at each other as being as lost as a ball in the tall grass. Are we diametrically opposed? Yes. Is it fatal for a friendship? No, not if you don't want it to be. Do I need all my friends to believe exactly the same way that I do? No. What's happened is over the past 25, 30 years, I have proven that I'm the one who's more tolerant. The people who were yelling, tolerance, we need to be more tolerant of other opinions, other ideas, other people. I have proven that I'm the one who's more tolerant. For decades now. Absolutely. How boring would life be if no one had a difference of opinion about things? Will I ever have a show on PBS or NPR? They'd never do it. I would, but they would never do it. The channels and networks of tolerance and acceptance. Can you and I still agree to get along? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. I don't want to be the ugly Republican. I don't want to be an ugly Democrat, an ugly independent. I don't want to be ugly anything. I don't want to give my people of my beliefs or, whatever tribe you're with, I don't want to give them a bad name. If you're not a conservative, maybe a little right of center, like me, then be happy to have me as your conservative friend. I don't mind having you as a friend. As a matter of fact, I cherish having you as a friend if you're watching me and you don't believe the way that I do. I appreciate you. I like that. I don't have to believe what you believe, and it's not my job to constantly be hammering you with things. I wrestle with closing my email responses to my more liberal-minded friends. I'm always tempted to say, yeah, but I still love you. Which, if you read between the lines, that means in spite of your political faults, I love you. So I don't put that, because that's the subtext. When someone says, oh yeah, but I still love you. What they're really saying is, I think you're an ass, but I still love you. So enough with that. The other thing is this, too. Aaron Marino, Alpha M, did a video on 3 people. Joe Rogan, Jordan Peterson, and Gary Vee, and what they did for him in 2018. And I disagree with this one thing. When someone says, I don't always agree with everything they say, but for the most part, and he did that about Joe Rogan. And some people have done that about me. I don't always agree with everything. Leave that part out. You don't realize, Aaron Marino and others who say that, you don't realize that when you say that, all you're doing is signaling. Because you're so afraid, you are so afraid of being associated with someone who has opinions different than you. Although I don't believe in everything he says, or I don't agree with everything he says, shut up. Just shut up with that. Never preface your statements with, although I don't believe everything they say. Or I don't agree with all their political... Shut up. Shut up. Just zip it. You sound like an idiot when you say that. And it's just signaling to a little pussy tribe. That's all it's doing. Be a man and stand up for what you believe in and don't make excuses. If you like somebody who has beliefs that are different than yours and you admire and respect them, then hey, it's okay. It's perfect. You're an adult. And it's assumed that your audience are mature adults as well. But you still feel the need. Enough already with the beta behavior. You're going to have to change your name soon. I'm not falling into that ugly, demeaning trap. In spite of this, I still love you. I still love you. No, don't do that. So I'll just write back or reply to people. I love you, and I sometimes add, and there's nothing that's going to change that. There's no political decision that you're going to make that's going to change how I feel about you. What if we modeled unconditional love for people? I didn't say acceptance. I don't have to accept everything a person says, but I do have to love them. Some of my more liberal friends are practicing that with me as well. Some won't even answer the phone anymore. My response is, oh well, you can't please everybody, can you? Never say, in spite of this, or I don't always agree with everything they say, or I don't buy all of his opinions about this. You don't have to. Enough already of the signaling. Enough. It's okay to have people in your tribe that don't believe exactly the way you do. My crowd is the more tolerant crowd. Now, we don't tolerate bullshit, but differences of opinions, you know what they say, for some of you young guys, we used to say this: opinions are like assholes. Everybody has them and they all stink. And that's why when you'll hear someone ask the rhetorical question, well, you know what they say about opinions. Yes, everyone has them. And you're entitled to them. This coffee is so good. I'm still working on the Mexican Chiapas. And with that, get out there and kill your day. I have to prepare for a TV show tomorrow and being a guest on a podcast tomorrow, which I will announce after they happen. That's how the media world works. You're not allowed to talk about things ahead of time, only after. And that's the agreement that you come to before you even make those types of arrangements in the media. They want to be the ones who put the spin out. They want to be the ones who advertise. They want to be the ones who do the press releases. That's how it works. And if you want to be on shows, radio shows, TV shows, sometimes there are stipulations like that. Sometimes there aren't. And you have to just agree to respect how they operate. That's all, if you want to proceed. I'm going to be finishing uploading my Jack Murphy interview that I did, finishing this coffee, and then I'll get up and stretch a little bit, and then I'll have my second cup of coffee that's already hot. I literally don't make another cup of coffee. That's how I do it. It just goes right into the thermos, the travel mug, and that's all I need. I'm really happy that you're hanging out with me in 2019. 2019 is the year that you get unstuck. 2020 can be the year that you make your first million. A lot of great business ideas that you have that you've been sitting on. If you'd like to confidentially share something with me that you've wanted to do, feel free. Let me know. If you email me at gb@georgebruno.com, that's my email, gb@georgebruno.com. Everything that is sent to me is subject to being read publicly on a video. You can say in the comment section, confidential, and I honor that. The other thing is this: if you send me something and I feel that it's worthy of going live on video with, I always leave out any personally identifiable information, names, places. I'm not interested in outing anyone and their problems. I get anywhere between, last summer, between 80 and 100 emails a day, 7 days a week regarding the shows, a day. Usually 20% is hate mail. That's okay. and 80% is positive things and people that want to pitch and people that want mentions. And I am a business. So if somebody wants a mention or a shout out, think of it as a business transaction. That's important that you do that. All right. Have a good day. Could this be the year that you get a virtual assistant? Do you need a VA? I'm very seriously considering getting a VA to check my email and to do those kind of things for me, as I find that at this point now in my growth, that just doing it all myself is just not a good use of my time. Optimization is this. If you optimize yourself in 2019, you're going to get more done, you're going to make more money. That's just a fact. I've always said if you speak well, you will earn more. If you optimize your time and resources, you will always earn more, always. Optimization is asking yourself this: what is the highest and best use of my time right now? Or you might do blocks of time. What is the highest and best use of my time from 7 in the morning to 9 in the morning? From 9 to noon? What is the highest and best use of my time? And work in time blocks throughout your day. What you'll get done, you will be amazed at the power of focus. Amazed. Finish your coffee. And I will see you tomorrow.